the cartilage hardens or something, and all of a sudden he's got cauliflower ears.
That's right. It flakes off and then it stays there and just sort of forms a layer like a cauliflower.
Looks like Big Rex Mossett, the old rugby league legend.
I saw the head trainer before the game started seasoning his ears with a bit of herbs and some garlic and a bit of olive oil.
You've been waiting all night to get that one out.
Mitch Robinson, we speak of. But anyway, there's the current subs, Swift and Collins, for the respective sides. He has got problems with his ears, Mitch Robinson. Won't have to be walking around with ear muffs in the future.
Holding Robbie Warnock.
Free kick, Warnock.
Advantage.
Advantage is clear. Carazzo through the middle. Still wet and slippery here at the moment. There he is. Cauliflower ears, Mitch Robinson. Simpson, a dispossessing tackle. Here he is, the man we speak of. Just couldn't quite get it over the top, and eventually, now is that dropping the ball by McKinney? It is. Umpire Luke Farmer has said, you did not dispose of that correctly.
Oh, this is a good start by the Blues. They won that footy back at half back, and crucial players got some footy on the way through. Carazzo, Simpson, great effort by the big man Cruiser. Put on a tackle and get a shot on goal. So this will be a great start to the third quarter. They thought they were a chance coming in at half time. They were really positive.
Get it back to single figures. Cruiser, difficult angle. No wind here though, and he's got all of that. He likes it. Carlton like it, and look at that. They're back within 8 points.
I've been singing Carazzo's praises tonight. It is an amazing effort to come back like he has tonight. He's the top possession gatherer for Carlton already, and as he was coming through the centre of the ground there, he looked up. There was nothing to go to. He was going to try and hit a target. He saw the one-on-ones deep inside the 50. He just decided then, Richo, to go long and high and deep. The kick actually went high so that the players could run to the contest as well.
So Matty Cruiser kicks the goal. The Blues are back in this one, and make no mistake, just 8 points adrift, and they've finally worked it out, I reckon. Nat Nui with the punch in the middle. Shuey all over them now. Look at the numbers all of a sudden at each contest. Walker to Simpson, over the head. Cruiser, Garlett went past it. Simpson kept his feet, did it well. Here they go again. Got around one, Gibbs. Little low ball to cauliflower ears, Robinson. Couldn't hold the mark. Selwood now to the boundary. That was Adam Selwood. And happy to run it over is McKenzie.
They've all of a sudden got a bit of run, haven't they? Through the middle, Gibbs getting involved. As soon as you get a sniff, you suddenly just start running, and they're getting it into Brock Lesnar there on the lead. Inside 50, and he nearly marked that, Robinson.
Kicked the last 3 goals of the game, the Blues, Richo. Look at Robinson. Banged in. That's why they get knocked around. Nat Nui, Pritis, smother. Judd could have socketed it. Betts did, but missed. Picked up by Judd. Left foot around the body. Miss.
It's a great start. You know Brock Lesnar, BT.
What's he,
well, he
wrestler?
UFC fighter,
UFC.
But he's gone back to the WWE now. One of the great wrestlers in American college history.
And he's Mr. World Cauliflower Ears, is he?
He's the king of cauliflowers.
Over the top, look at the magnificent kick. Simpson again. The Blues are going to go back inside 50. Simpson goes low. He saw Robinson out the corner of his eyes. Now he needs protection here. Gibbs waited for the ball back over the back. Could have gone back to Robinson. Went to the top of the square. McLean knocks it forward. Eddie Smart got it off. McLean went underboard with the kick, and he's missed. He went under the attempted smother there. It was smart.
It was clever. It was really clever, and they're switched on. Often you see sides coming out after half-time and one side switched on, the other side hasn't quite switched on. I mean, Carlton have really hit the ground running since half-time. That's a massive kick from full-back.
Yeah, 8 contested possessions to 2. They've come out hungry, the Blues, but they're running as well. 14 disposals. The Eagles can't get their hands on it.
The barrel from Hearn was a ripper. And now West Coast to Ashton Hams. Around the corner to Shepherd, puts his eyes up. He got lost it in the light a little bit. Did he mark it? The umpire said no, both in it. And in the back, it'll go Simpson's way. So things starting to turn now. Yaron wanted it around the back, but he goes wide to Walker. Walker can run and go. Robinson into the pocket or deep to Betts in the one-on-one with Glass. Geez, a good player, Glass. He can play tall, small or medium. Garlett keeps it alive, has a ping at the goals.
He'd be pretty happy though, wouldn't he, Glass, if the ball's coming in one-on-one to him and Eddie Betts and it's a high ball. I mean, that ball, if you're kicking Eddie Betts, that's not the kick you want for Eddie against Glass. You actually have to be kicking the ball low and to the space in front of Eddie.
You're probably better off just putting it at the ground at his toes, aren't you? The Blues, a few of the players mentioned the game's going to go in ebbs and flows at half-time as they came in, BT, and I reckon they think they've got a bit of a flow here now.
We often say that, Richo, about, oh, better to kick it on the ground of the small men. I tell you what, it'd be a gutsy player that just kicks it along the ground instead of in the air. I mean, could you imagine the courage needed to do that?
Yeah, probably a lot easier said than done when you're out on the ground, no doubt about that.
Absolutely. Oh, it hit in the back of the head, Zach Tui. Kerr.
Good tackle.
Selwood now. Schofield has to back out of it. He did it really cleanly to Rosa. Pritis. Have a look at the coolness, even when he's got guys hanging off him. Rosa driven forward. Gibbs went and got it, just plucked it out of there somehow.
Hey, this is a great start, though. Great pressure there from the forwards from Carlton, too, just to lock the ball in. It's making it difficult now for the West Coast Eagles to move the ball from that part of the ground.
Well, they've got it locked in like the Eagles did for most of the first half.
You're right there, boys. It's an exact mirror image almost of the first quarter. Carlton pump it back in again. Repeat entries.
McLean to Cruiser. Off hands. Pritis will just trap it and keep it alive. No, he conceded in the end. See how slippery it is there in the goal square.
That's a smart player there, Pritis. Gained possession on the goal line. Didn't panic. Knew that the tackle of Betts would carry him through for a point. Some players still panic in that situation close to goals.
Look at the way they take their time to set this up, West Coast. They get the ball into the hands of the right person. He got everyone on the other side of the ground, then he went the opposite. How good's that?
What a kick.
To Shepherd. Shepherd now goes down the line with an equally low ball, but Robinson got there to help Yaron. Now Judd. Down of his hands, so Brennan comes away with the ball for West Coast. Great kick to Schofield. Schofield's got a pair of wheels. He's a great runner. Was a champion as a junior. Took a bounce. Kick was not so good. I'm not sure Heath Scotland was gaining on him.
He wasn't gaining on him. The eyes lit up then for Schofield. He loves finding himself in that territory on the ground because he'd already kicked one early in the game from a similar distance. He had one thing on his mind when he gained possession of that ball.
Geelong Grammar, I think he was, the star 800-metre runner down there. Here's Cox. Gave it to Ashton Hams. Ashton Hams' left foot kick missed.
BT, Will Schofield would hate you for saying that. Geelong College, not Geelong Grammar.
Oh, yes.
Let's get that one right.
Oh, boy, there's still going on. 100 years they've been fighting those two, haven't they, Lingy?
Absolutely, one of the fiercest rivalries going round. Yes, make sure you get that one correct.
Boy, Lingy all over it. So the Blues out of defence looking for Betts. Good play, gave it to the wrong man, Nat Nui. There's Ashton Hams. Walker went straight at it, and he won it as a result. There go the Blues on the rebound. Dyken panicked a little bit. Just gave it to the movement rather than had a bit of a look. Was under enormous pressure, though. The Blues fighting, but here's Schofield. He seems to be playing both ends at the moment. Glass to Shepherd. Shepherd hammers it low. Scotland with the fist away from Hill.
Gee, Walker's been good in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter. He's shown some real intent and pace when he's got the footy, attack on the footy.
Just getting a few tweets through saying BT, college boy, not a grammar boy, supporting Lingy.
Lingy should know. He knows everything about Geelong.
There is Nat Nui. Sold it nicely onto Hill. He does likewise. Tackle just forced to kick a little lower than he wanted. Joseph. It's going to come back, though. The Eagles have got Rosa, they've got Lynch behind the ball, but he's able to slip the Watson tackle. Goes for home, coming back, missed.
He shouldn't slip that tackle, though, BT. Like, Watson actually has to lock him down in a tackle. I know he's a young, inexperienced player still, but he's got to have the body strength. Maybe he hasn't got to that stage of his career yet, but you've got to lock him down on those tackles.
These misses are starting to hurt the Eagles.
Straight down the middle. Carlton's approach. Schofield behind the ball. Cruiser just bowls him over. The reserves are there ready, though. Although Carlton turn it over. Armfield tucks it under and runs. Have a look at this. Short ball. It was great vision to Robinson. Robinson did well in the end, even though he was tackled. Soccer off the ground by Armfield to Joe.
Gee, that was smart by Armfield. It nearly came off. He deliberately Just tried to plonk that in front of Chris Judd. 2-11 since quarter time. The Eagles have kicked.
Boundary throw in. Deep in the Carlton territory. Carrazzo. What a difference he has made on his return. This on his non-preferred side. High ball. Henderson! From nowhere.
He was the only one that wanted it.
Yep.
He was the only bloke that actually had his eyes on that ball, that really desperately wanted to take the mark. And there's some real positive signs about the way they're playing. Good body work there from Robinson too, with Glass. Just engaged him in a duel, which stopped him from going for the ball. And this is remarkable. I mean, this could tie the scores.
Big kick for Henderson. Only 25 metres in distance. We're right behind it. He's put it out to the right, but it's still there. Snuck it in, Henderson. Scores a level.
Well, they thought they were a chance at half-time, the Blues. They came in really positive. The body language walking into their change rooms was one of a team that thought they were right back in the game. They talked about their kick-ins at half-time. They talked about kicking straight down the middle of the ground. They did that. On that occasion, it results in them getting an inside 50 in the goal.
Wow, scores a level now. 44 points apiece. Carlton stepping up. What have the Eagles got now? Naitanui been in front for 59 minutes. Handball it to himself from 50 over the top.
Oh, jeez. That would have been unbelievable.
It might have been the goal of the century then.
Nick Naitanui playing with his own ball in his own team. Look at this. Oh, boy.
There's never been a man his size who can do that.
Carlton under pressure. Jamison, horrible kick. Scotland's got to tidy it up. Kerr wearing him like a glove. Got it out the back door. Judd. Jamison coolly wide it was.
That's great ball use, BT. That is.
Thought about it.
Yes.
Took a bit of speed off the ball, didn't he? Just got it to the target. Over the head of Schofield here. Eagles players peeling off. Have a look at this work from Nick Naitanui. I play for the West Coast. They're my team. I can do this myself. Bang, off he went. Just the accuracy that costed him in the end.
It's like under 11s, eh?
When he worst fault thumping the desk. It was, wasn't it? Unbelievable.
The big kid just doing like he liked.
Oh. Henderson and McKenzie going at it. Armfield, who kicked a real important goal in the second quarter. Watson ran past it. Fast handball by Scotland, wasn't it? Here's the man featured at half-time, the Irishman Tui. Whacked it up there to Robinson. Oh, Schofield gave it, then he wanted to take it back. He didn't really want to give it. And in the end, the hesitation cost them. And
Holding the ball,
bingo!
Daniel. Dive on it, mate.
Free kick,
Once you dive on
Carlton.
it, must look it clear. Andrew Kratzo.
And if you want to know
Hey,
how
Will,
much...
Chris Carlton. You got the footy.
Handball
Play
comes
on.
off to Watson. He's a big left footer, but Darling bowled him over.
Jack
No one
Darling.
else realised he was a thumping left foot kick.
How often do you see Darling run players down from behind? That was great, Timmy.
And just how much Carrazzo means to Carlton. Since he went to Kerr, Kerr's had 4 touches, and Carrazzo's become a really influential and important player for Carlton.
Amazing.
And that handball from Schofield, which went to ground, that was because of the chase from behind of Robinson. It's great pressure. It forced Schofield to cop it up. Carlton's intensity has lifted so much.
Shuey in the back pocket. Carlton owning possession in their half of the ground at the moment. Here he is. Naitanui stood there like a pylon and just marked it. Handball off to the fast-moving Rosa. Like the idea of the bounce. Cox is lurking dangerously wide. Carlton able to get it back into the middle. Gee, Bryce Gibbs went hard at the ball then. Simpson on his toes. Will need to flick it out. McGinnity did well. Got to go. Oh, Brennan. Unbelievable. Got under Dygan there. Magnificent commitment for the ball by the young man Brennan. Sensational stuff.
Gee, the game's gone up a notch, hasn't it?
That's great. The real important thing for Carlton, though, is Carlton are actually matching the West Coast Eagles around the ball now. And they're actually speeding up, or they're putting enough pressure on the West Coast Eagles for them to make the errors.
Just locked on. Dane Cox just locked onto his arm, Matty.
Locked onto the arm against Cruiser. Cox's ball. Cox has a good look.
Got one-on-ones ahead of him. There's no Judd's dropping in there now, but it's all one-on-one.
Coming to the Lynch lead. Oh, well done, Dygan. Lynch was certainly in space and looked like he was going to grab it.
Spot on. If Dygan didn't come off his man, Lynch would have taken that on the chest. Great commitment.
Cox doing the ruck work. Prittis all over him. Scotland or Walker. I think he handed the ball to Judd. I'm not sure there was a handball in that.
Carlton have got a real sniff here. We can see how well they're running across the ground now, how well they're spreading from contest, but it's on the back of the contested ball. 27-15 this quarter. Don't tell me contested ball is not the most important stat in the game.
Very animated Ratton down there too, Lingy, up off his chair.
He's just driving the boys. He just wants a really intense contest. Every time a bloke comes off the ground, he's talking to them.
Is it individual stuff he's giving or team instruction?
I think he'd be driving individuals to take control of what the team's doing. He wants certain structures. He wants them playing a certain way. He's driving the players to take ownership out on the field.
Well, the Blues are starting to gain some control here. West Coast by a point, but the Blues have kicked the last 4 goals of the game. 2 in the second quarter, 2 in this quarter. 30 minutes since the West Coast's last goal, which came at about the 17-minute mark of the second quarter from Ashton Hams. Been a bit of a dry run for them. Sold out to Marston. High ball around the corner. Lynch and Watson go at it. Watson with a timely fist. Scotland falls over, no one around. Fumble, a fiddle and a faddle. And eventually out of trouble momentarily until Marston got on the end. High ball now. Watson's got to go and clobber this. Carlton do, and now West Coast get a chance to lock it in their end.
Tui again just cutting off the lead, and they've found a bit of confidence too, the Carlton defenders, coming off their man when they need to, getting into the lane, smashing the ball away.
Brock McLean, did he have possession? Prittis got him. Ball in the LR direction. Did well.
Gee, they're on here. They've got a break.
Allard goes wide. Now here is Garlett. Hasn't been instrumental in this game as yet. Half back line.
Move it on. Play on.
Carlton retreat here. Going to the hands of Jamison.
Play on to you.
Over the top to Yaron. He looks back at his old mate. He said, I used to do this in the street too, and I'll do it here. Look at the kick. Magnificent to Dygan. Left foot kick. Dygan to Robertson. Over the line and out of bounds in the end.
That was good play by the Blues. Down the line, they had the loose man glass, so they switched it into the middle. When Yaron took a risk, he played on through the middle and kicked it as long as he could, and that's what they're doing better. They're taking a few risks, running the ball a lot better.
11-6, inside 50s in favour of the Blues in this quarter, Richo. Kerr just bangs in. Gets wrapped up by Warnock. Looks at him and says, oh boy, it was you. No wonder. It felt heavy. Judd. Mackenzie. Betts kept it alive. Chief nearly went through. It hit the behind post in the end. Just a little bounce in the other direction. Eddie. Keeping everyone on their toes. Shane O'Sullivan sitting down there next to Brett Ratton. Been a long time Carlton man. Great servant of the club. Ball knocked to Kerr. Kerr just needs a bit of boundary line action here just to hold the Carlton momentum, but numbers. Dygan down the line to Robertson. He marks on 50. No thought of individual glory, went back to Tui.
Just about go the distance here, BT. He's got a thumping leg on in this play.
Okay. Well, here he is, Zach Tui.
Robinson, he hasn't had a lot of touches, but he just adds life inside 50. He's been good this quarter as well.
This for the lead and 5 Carlton goals in a row. Zach Tui comes in, thumping ball.
Timmy.
He has got every bit of that. Carlton have hit the front by 5 points. Tim Watson measured that perfectly for him. Boy,
Lingy was talking about him pre-game. Lingy was saying, and we'll bring Lingy in here, how natural he looks as an AFL player with his kicking action.
Yes, Tim, I thought of all the Irish guys to play AFL footy, some great players along the journey. He's probably the most natural kicker of the AFL ball out of them all, and absolutely roosted that one. Now, West Coast Eagles have activated their sub. Tom Swift's on the ground. Quentin Lynch, who hasn't had a great game, only the one touch, has been subbed out of the game.
Look at Brett Ratton, how much he enjoyed that.
Well, they're lacking run at the moment. Kerr, Shuey, Selwood and Gaff. Not one of them's had more than 2 touches this quarter.
5 goals this year for Tui, all outside of 40. Free kick, Dean Cox.
Holding Dean Cox. Aaron, straight to him. Straight to Dean Cox.
How can he give it to him? He's not looking. So Cox has got the free. This to dampen the spirits of the Blues. 45 metres out distance won't be a problem.
Big, he used all his experience there, Cox. He put the arm back. There wasn't a lot in it.
20 seconds, Dane. 20 gone.
Cox
Chris?
to regain the lead. There it is. The big man does not let his team down, and goal for West Coast. They're back in front by a point.
That's what happens with those big guys. You see Lynch then going to the bench. He's been subbed off. They've just felt they're a little bit top heavy. Another midfield type running player with Swift onto the ground now. But the Carlton defence just feeling that they needed to hold Cox in when he went for that ball, even though they had the numbers there and they were able to spoil.
So the sub has been activated. Lynch is the man going out wearing the red vest, and that man there, Tom Swift, was originally admitted out of this team, got a reprieve here today, back in, and he's on the ground now. And West Coast, by a point, kicked their first goal in over a quarter with that one from Cox. This one rolls to half forward.
BT, the word from the West Coast camp is that Quentin Lynch has been crook all week with a bit of a flu and has obviously struggled in the first half of the game, struggling to get over the ground, so that's probably why he's been subbed off.
Okay. Lingy's been doing a lot of street work over here. He got over here a couple of days early, and he's been talking to a lot of people and just lets a little bit slip every now and then, doesn't he?
He slides around Lingy.
Oh, boy, you wonder why he doesn't come up with it early in the game. He's a late gamer. Warnock. Carazzo, I think it was, trying to duck out of that tackle. Shoulder was certainly tested there. Went without it. Here is Swift with his touch, bangs it up and kicks it almost down the West Coast race. 5 minutes left in the quarter, 1 point ball game, and you wouldn't have thought more than a goal or two is going to separate these two at the end with the conditions the way they are. Rosa, good handball in the end out to McGinnity. Got a lot of length with that ball. Hill, unmarked in the pocket, has taken it. He has every chance for the right foot banana and possibly, Tim, even the left foot run around here. He's very talented, multi-skilled, capable of either. Looks like straight drop punt. It is. He's gone the third option, Tim. I told you he's talented. Across the face.
Well, he's kicked a goal every game that he's played for the West Coast Eagles. Josh Hill this year, he's been fantastic. 21 goals, yet to get one tonight, though.
Richo trying to put the mobs on him. Kick back into play is a beauty down the middle.
This has worked for the Blues.
Yep. Jefferson's done that the last 3 times right down the middle.
Brett Ratton called it at half-time in the rooms, and they've done it every time, and it's worked. They've got out the back.
Robinson, I love his attitude and aggression. On the left side, it'll fall short. Henderson's taken the mark in front of Schofield within range.
Well, by kicking it long, they've been able to get over the back of the Eagles' zone and press, and when they get it out the back, they have got a lot of pace. And this man, Henderson, he's lining up for his second goal this quarter.
It disrupted the West Coast Eagles defence too. They were still trying to run down and find their positions when that kick came in.
Henderson with 3.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter to put the Blues back in front. He's hung it out a little bit to the right, but it's still there. He did that last time as well. He kicks the goal for Carlton.
Got some concerns now, Johnny Worsfold. It's not going the way that he'd planned this second half. I mean, Carlton have been fantastic since that first bounce after half-time. They've been aggressive around the ball. They've been smart with their ball usage as well. And I reckon they've worked harder and spread harder than they have at any stage of the game in this third quarter.
Now look at the Carlton forward set up there. It looks nice. Corey O'Connor tweeting in, do you think Carlton are still a contender this year, Tim? Certainly on this form they would be, wouldn't they?
Oh, if they get away with a win here, definitely.
Can beat one of the very best teams in the competition. West Coast on their home turf. Haven't lost here in over 16 games. West Coast. Schofield, a bit of a no-look at a Gaff. Gaff careful to McKenzie. Hurried with the handball. The back door. Now under Carlton pressure. Gaff and Betts. Well done, Gaff. Pick-up was good. Kicked it straight to Allard. Allard got a clean handball. Brock McLean couldn't quite handle it. Need a quick one here. Gives it off to Walker. Walker let rip for home. Missed badly to the right-hand side.
All of a sudden, every time the Eagles get the ball, they've got no time to dispose of it. Carlton are in their face. The pressure's enormous this quarter. .235 left in the third quarter. Shuey out the back, failed to make any real connection with the ball there, and Shepherd happy to see it over onto the Carlton bench. And then you can see the action there. Changed their forward line set up right around now, the Eagles too. They've made changes. Brennan and Hams are down there with Darling. Just throwing Nat Nui forward now too.
Pritis, handball into space. Nat Nui running over the top. Watson doing well to Joseph. Joseph said to Carazzo, you go and get it. And Carazzo said, no, you go and get it. In the end, no one did. Smother by Scotland was good to the boundary. West Coast pressing here late in the third. Trail by 4.
Armfield to Gaff's been a good move too for the Blues.
Judd looking to extract it out of the business area. Cruiser, Walker, he can go. One bounce, it won't be the last, or will it? Decides to kick it, nurses it to his mate Robinson. Now Glass has given away the free, deliberately doesn't touch the ball.
Thanks, Darren.
He's given the free away because Robinson leads hard at the ball. He jumps hard at it, gets his arms out, and defenders give free kicks away.
Robinson to Henderson, couldn't hold the mark, tries to duck under the McKenzie tackle. Pritis wrapped up, stripped to the ball. McKenzie, did he kick it or handball it? I guess there was one tackle for either side that could have been paid there, and the umpire consistent at least. A minute and a half here in the third quarter. Carlton at their end of the ground. Pritis. Nudge out by 2 was illegal, said the umpire. Shepherd with the kick goes wide.
They've got to work hard here, the Blues, just to get back in space and numbers.
Schofield.
There's some free players here, BT.
Nice little ball. They're free everywhere. Ashton, Hams to Hearn. Hearn dropped the chest mark. He had spent that to Swift, make no mistake, before he'd earned it.
Robinson has them worried though with his pressure. It's like referred pressure when he's around the contest.
Glass and Simpson, no one else within 25. Was a great battle while it was on. And now, to relieve pressure, Swift. Got the hair combed magnificently for the occasion. Only brush these days. Kick inside 50. Over the top, Darling stretch, took the mark. No free, run to the open goal, got it. Umpire said no. Behind, hit the post.
Gee, was there a little bit of back action going on then?
Gee, he thought he had it, didn't he?
He did.
Umpire said it clipped the inner thigh of the post.
Well, he's in the best position.
Probably, but they don't always get it right, Tim. Gibbs, but we think it's probably right on this occasion. Swift. Kick around the corner. Gee, Shepherd tried hard. Siren sounds. A ripping quarter of football by the Blues. They kick 4 goals to West Coast 1. And they have trimmed the margin. In fact, now lead by 3 points here at three-quarter time. Stay with us. Ratton and Cauliflower ears. Robinson there. Some good advice for him. Carlton by 3. 8-8-56 to West Coast. 6-17-53.